In Travel Watch, it's summertime and one of the busiest travel months of the year. But if you're still looking for the perfect destination here in the U.S. or abroad, we have some ideas for you. Here to bring us the world's best travel destinations is Jacqueline Gifford. She is the Travel Director for Travel and Leisure. Always a pleasure when you come here.
Good morning.
Because I start fantasizing about, the places I could go. Okay, so let's list some of them off. Let's start domestically because it is kind of late in the travel season. So maybe you just want to stay local.
Sure. So World's Best, I should say, this is our annual reader survey. We've been doing this for 23 years, so these are our readers' choices. And this year, for the 6th time in a row, they chose Charleston as the best city. And honestly, it is one of the most, we were just talking about it, one of the most amazing places to visit. I have to say, in terms of a city, they've got everything. You've got history. You can walk along the waterfront, see the Battery, amazing museums. You can go to beaches nearby, go to Isle of Palms, Kiowa Island. The food scene is pretty incredible. You've got celebrity chefs there like Sean Brock, who opened Husk. Also, in terms of kids, it's a great family-friendly destination. You've got the South Carolina Aquarium right there. Again, you can go to the beaches nearby. So it's just, it's an all-around amazing getaway. Great hotels there. You've got places like the Dewberry, which opened recently. Travel and Leisure readers really love it. It was voted one of the 10 best hotels in Charleston. And then also Wentworth Mansion, sort of the more old-school, classic kind of place. The Planters Inn. It's just, like I said, it's the whole package.
Yeah,
and readers really love it.
Like I said, my husband's family reunion was there. So you have, people as old as in their 90s all the way down to little kids, and there was really something for everyone to keep us busy. What about Hilton Head? So
Hilton Head, South Carolina, that was actually voted the best island domestically and in the continental U.S. And it is so beautiful. It's really evolved as a full resort destination over the past 50 years. Tons of hotels that have opened, golf courses. It's got 12 miles of pristine coastline. I have to say, it really is beautiful, and it's easy to get around. You don't need a car. You can bike everywhere, get everywhere on foot. They've got a Civil War era fort that you can tour. You can climb to the top of the candy cane striped Harbortown Lighthouse, which is really fun. The Coastal Discovery Museum is great for kids. Wildlife just off shores. You can see dolphins, loggerhead sea turtles. Really great place to go. And again, it's so close. I mean, especially for East Coasters, you can get there relatively easily. You just have to fly into Savannah and drive. It's a really quick drive there.
And even if you don't want to fly, I mean, you can drive it. It's a good drive, but it's doable. I'm smiling because the next family reunion is going to be there.
Oh, really?
So they must be keeping track of your list or something like that.
I guess we are.
Speaking of flying, though, best airport. We sort of joked it's probably not in the New York area because if one thing goes wrong in the New York area, there's this sort of domino effect for all the other airports. But what's the best airport?
So the best airport in the U.S. is Portland International Airport. So West Coast, definitely. It sadly was not one of our airports here, but so really the flying just brings out all these pain points for people, a lot of anxiety. But Portland is a really great place to fly in and out of, and here's why. They've rethought what an airport should be. So our readers wrote in and said the TSA agents were really friendly, security was smooth, they have free Wi-Fi everywhere. To get to the airport, there's a whole light rail system that takes you from downtown, so you don't even need to take a taxi. There are dedicated bike trails, so for locals, you can just bike to the airport, park your bike there. There's even parking spaces for the bikes.
Wow.
On site, they've got a spa, they've got a barber shop. They actually bring in local vendors.
Right?
No, it's cool, right? It's kind of it's green leaning. They have different restaurants from the downtown that they brought to bring in vendors to the airport, which is really great. And also they're famous for their carpet. So I know that sounds crazy, but they have this really cool geometric print carpet that they've had for years, and people like to take photos of it and use the hashtag PDX carpet, which is really fun. Post on Instagram. So again, it's just rethinking what a modern day airport is, right? You actually want to spend time there rather than just seeing it as a gateway to get where you need to be.
Right, and that's really important, especially if you're taking these international flights and you have to be at the airport so many hours earlier.
And so much stuff to do. You don't want to be bored, so it's a great place to go.
So say you want to get off the mainland, you want to maybe go to the Caribbean.
Yes, Anguilla. So Anguilla was voted the #1 island in the region. This is the 2nd year in a row, and it's actually really great. It's a show of support for the island that our readers continue to go there because it actually was hit pretty hard by Hurricane Irma, but it bounced back relatively fast. About 90% of the restaurants are open.
Wow.
Most of the hotels are open. They've got 33 pristine beaches. Several hotels actually made the top hotel list, Semi Beach House, the Four Seasons. It's a great place to go. LeBron James was just there. He was there a few months back celebrating his new signing and his new deal. A lot of celebrities like to go because it's a little bit off the radar, I would say. It's not one of the more expected places. It's really easy to drive and get around. The beaches really are that beautiful. It's kind of like a hidden, undiscovered gem.
That's really impressive that 90% of the restaurants are open, because I know a lot of the islands in the area, including, you know, Puerto Rico, my family's from Dominica, they're nowhere near up to 100%.
Yeah, they were really able to mobilize pretty fast on Anguilla, and the island really came together, and although it was hard hit, they have really bounced back quite quickly, and so I think it's really important for people to know what is and isn't open, and actually to go and support the tourism business, because tourism is really the lifeblood for the entire region and for Anguilla specifically.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned that some of the best hotels are on that island. Let's talk about the hotels. What brand got the best ratings?
So the best brand was Six Senses, and this is a really interesting brand. Again, it won for the second year in a row. Six Senses is cool because they emphasize health and wellness and sustainability. So they have 14 properties worldwide. They don't have one in the U.S. yet, but they have a property in Portugal, they have some in Thailand, they have a focus in Southeast Asia. So on site they have nutrition consultants, sleep consultants, so when you check into the properties you can talk to somebody about your fitness level, how you're feeling. They really emphasize spa, and then in terms of sustainability they have no plastic water bottles at any hotel, which I think is really important. We're seeing a lot of travel companies ban plastic straws, ban plastic water bottles, because you know what, it's really creates so much waste. They're really thinking big picture about the health of the planet. They also emphasize, you know, really getting out and seeing the environment and the local communities. They have an amazing, beautiful property in Oman in the Middle East in Ziggy Bay, which is absolutely gorgeous, a property in Vietnam. And our readers really wrote in to say that they liked the emphasis on sustainability and community, and it really is thinking bigger picture about what it means to travel in the 21st century.
Yeah, I think that really says something, considering it's a brand that's really only in sort of one area of the world, and to make it to the top of your list, that says something.
Yeah, they have 14 properties worldwide, exactly, but I think the fact that they're really thinking about the travel industry and the impact that they're having on the environment is really important.
Jackie Gifford, thank you very much.